And there we go. I think we're recording. Okay, awesome. Y'all ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm ready too. I'm so overwhelmed with coaching calls. It's crazy.
I was like, oh my God, August 8th, that was last week. I thought, you are so busy.
Yeah, I know. Like I just book a little bit of time off for to go do some traveling here, and all of a sudden I'm booked to the end of the month. And
Oh, wow.
it's like, ugh. So yeah,
It's a good
definitely.
thing though, right? It's a good thing.
Well, it's a good thing that our business is busy, but geez, a little overwhelming.
I
So.
bet.
But yeah, I could definitely use the help. I got a couple other people about to do their calls too, so figured
Oh,
that's
good. Good.
so. I got a few questions. It's from the coaches council. They made up test sheets, so I got the score here. And at the end, then what I'm going to get you to do is you're going to fill out like a practice paperwork, which will be easy for you because you do it all the time anyways. So you just like make up somebody, the province of Manitoba, who will be placed in your 4A leg, and then just do up the trifecta forms,
Okay.
and then
Okay.
send them to me as if you're sending them to an adjunct. So everything that's involved in that, you would
That's
just
after
say
the call. I don't.
after the call, you'll do that, and then I'll put it all together, and then if everything's good, then we'll get the rest of your training unlocked.
Cool. Sounds good.
Okay. So we'll go with the first question here. Why do you think you're ready to become a coach?
Oh well, okay. So I think I'm ready because I feel like I've essentially been doing that part of it with some of my buyers. Um, I've been doing their trifecta forms with them, and I've got the knowledge under my belt because I am a 4A. Um, so I feel like I'm ready as far as the business part of it goes. My leadership qualities, I know that I do have those, and I've got the ability to work with people to understand their financial situations and to help them along with their business. I do have some business coaching experience in my previous job for the last 5 years as well. So I've got the ability to understand where people are coming from and more or less what it is that they're looking for in their business, like after having a conversation. So
All right, that's plenty enough. You were pretty much ready, I think, when you were just starting anyways. I noticed you ended up taking over and doing forms and sending them in like right off the start. You didn't need much help, and I'd go and try to follow up with your buyers and stuff and be like, do you need forms? Oh no, Jesse's got them. It's all done. I'm like, oh, great, awesome. So you're on top of things right from the start. So
I was
that's good.
hoping to hit the 3A when I was 3A to become a coach, and then right when I got there, then that's when everything
They
changed. So
changed it.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, you probably I would have probably vouched for you to get it a little earlier, but right at 3A, no. But I know you were good enough to do it at that point, anyways.
thank you.
Um, so how have you grown so far, and what has been your biggest struggle?
Um, my biggest struggle has been time management. Well, I shouldn't say time management. I mean, I suppose I mean, I had a baby the same week that I started this business. And so my biggest struggle was really is that I had higher expectations for myself because I always have high expectations for myself, and I just wasn't able to achieve that because of the time constraints. And that's kind of my biggest struggle. I mean, learning the Facebook advertising, I've found that to be, for the most part, fairly straightforward, and the training has been straightforward. But for my growth, that's what you're asking, Dan, like what my personal growth is.
Yeah. Well, what was your biggest struggle, and like how have you grown so far? Like
um yeah, so I mean, I guess my patience level has gone up quite a bit since the beginning of this business. My biggest struggle was just I've been going through ad accounts and being shut down, and just having the patience and understanding that it's not something personal. It's just that that's how the business is, and explaining that to my team too, because I see their frustration when they get shut down or when things don't go their way. And just
oh, something froze. Hopefully you'll come back here in a second. Your screen froze. I don't know if you're still there. Uh, Oh. Did I lose you? I might have to. Oh, what happened? You're back.
Yeah, I'm back. I don't know what
I don't know
happened.
what happened there. Okay.
Did you catch my answer?
Pretty much. Yeah, I think we got enough points on that. So yeah, you came up with good points. So we're getting into some just questions now on. I'm basically going to like fill in the blanks type stuff, or just question and answer. So first one's like a fill in the blank. The blank kitchen unit has a price of blank in Canada and is the only machine that has a touch screen display.
The K8.
And yeah.
Oh gosh, for 48.90 or something. 5,000. I'm gonna go with around 5,000.
Yeah, 5,000. So yeah, the prices get all weird then after we get the taxes and stuff like that. So
Right. Yeah.
so the SD 501 series has an ORP level of.
I don't know the answer to that.
Actually, when I started doing this, I didn't know the answer to that either. I looked it up after. I'm like, oh, okay. So when you go into the products, you can see all the descriptions of everything, right? But then there's a button at the bottom that says more info, and then it gets in depth with more stuff. So
Okay, cool.
the ORP is kind of like that antioxidant feature type thing that they talk about. And the lower that number, the better. I had it written down exactly what the abbreviations. I hate abbreviations. There's so many different ones. So it has a minus 800. So I think the K8 is minus 850. So all the different machines, depending, obviously the cheapest ones have the lowest number, and then the most expensive has the highest. Or I guess highest is the lowest.
Right. Actually, I just watched a video on this. It's a new on the training site. I did. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So yeah, they might even have that all in the training too. I'm not sure. I haven't gone through that that first part. So okay, we'll move on to the next. Let's see. The one product you must purchase in order to earn a commission from the sale of that product is.
Ukon.
Yeah. And okay, the next one, a 3A distributor who sells a K8 trifecta, K8 Anespa, and Ukon Sigma will earn how much in commissions in Canada? You can use a calculator if you need, or if you know it off the top of your head.
I actually don't. I'm gonna say 2720.
You're just gonna wing it.
I have it written down here from my coach. You know what I have beside me is my coach's call notes from when I talked to you. That was a long time ago.
Okay, so you're gonna go with that one, or are you just gonna add it? You're gonna calculate it.
I'm gonna say 1080. Sorry, a 3A distributor that sells a K8 trifecta.
Yeah. How much commissions you get?
340 times. Are you gonna give me tell me that I have to know about the special point?
There are no SP points. We're just talking about just the straight up commissions.
Okay, 1020. 340 per slice of commission times 3 slices.
Well, the K8 trifecta is a K8 Anespa and Ukon Sigma, right?
Right. Okay. K8 pays 2720 commission. 2720. 2720. Why do I feel like I don't know this? But I actually sold a K8 trifecta when I was in a 3.
Well, you're right with the K8, right? It's 340 per slice, so there'd be 3 slices for that K8. Then you go to the Anespa and whatever you were doing.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay.
So it's because you're trying to figure out for a 3A, right?
Right. So 340. There we go. Okay. So 1860. That's my final answer.
Okay, you got it. You got it. A little bit of time. So I knew you'd have it. You were just a 3A not long ago, and I'm sure you were doing trifectas, were you not?
Almost all my sales have been trifectas, actually.
I know it's crazy lately. We're just getting K8 trifectas, like I don't know, it's just mad crazy. So it's good. So what is the name of the company that we use for financing in Canada?
Medicard, iFinance.
Yeah. Which office would you use to send paperwork if someone is located in Manitoba?
Toronto.
Vancouver.
Vancouver.
I know it's a tough one because Manitoba is like kind of in the middle. You'd almost think it's in Toronto because I think it's probably actually a shorter
That's
distance.
a
I
good
don't know.
question. I know.
It's pretty much halfway, right? So
yeah.
So
I know that's in the training site under forms, like the map. I know the map. I would look it up if I had to do that.
Okay. Name the program that can be used to send and sign in AGIC forms electronically. I think there's a few of them, so you just have to give me basically one of them.
I use the Adobe, I think it's Adobe Acrobat.
Okay.
Adobe Acrobat, yeah. That's the one I use, the one I find the easiest.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that one. I've checked out DocuSign and Sign Now, and but I never tried Adobe. I never tried that Adobe one. No. The plates in the machines are dipped in blank.
The plates on the machines are dipped in titanium. Titanium plates are dipped in, right?
Yeah, what are the plates dipped in when they're manufacturing the machines? So.
What are the plates dipped in? The plates are dipped in. I just recall them being titanium plates. Can I use a lifeline here?
Call a friend. That's okay. So you'd review on that if you don't know, or if you want to think about it, we can come back to that question later. Yeah. All right. I'll just put a little mark beside it. You can think about it. Because I think the more you think about it, the more it's messing with your head, right?
Yeah, it's funny because I know that I've read this before. Okay, let's go to something else.
Okay, the leveler K8 has 8 plates and costs.
The K8?
Yeah, how much does the K8 cost?
5,000.
Yeah, that's basically they repeat that one. It's like a freebie, I figure, because they bring that up earlier, right?
Right.
So I guess if you didn't know that, you'd get both wrong though too. So it could be bad. Name the country that does not allow signed forms to be signed electronically.
Oh, that's the United States.
Okay. All right. What is the name of the 5 kitchen units that are available in Canada?
The K8, the JR2, the Level-Look R, the 501, and the Super 501.
The other one would be the Platinum.
The Platinum 501. Okay, yeah.
So you're good there, 4 out of 5. All right. If someone is paying with MetaCard, why do they need to submit their credit card information for the UCON?
For the renewal.
Yes.
Okay. Or if their payment defaults.
Yeah, well, it's for renewal, like you said.
Okay.
So they have to renew. They need their credit card for that. So if someone is getting a trifecta, K, an ESPA, and Sigma, What order should they go in?
Like when you're, as in which one should be the top account, and then the
Yeah,
next
which like when you're doing the paperwork, who's like the sponsor for the first one, and then
the
when they're selling the second two to themselves type thing. So what order would they go in?
The cheapest machine goes on top. So you said K8, Anespa, and Ukon. So the Anespa goes on top, and then the K8, and then the Ukon.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Can someone use more than one credit card?
For purchasing their products?
Yeah.
I don't know the black and white answer, but I would say I don't see why not.
All right, we'll just give a yes or no. So you're going to say why not means yes then? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. They'll take your money any way they can, right? Almost in a way.
Right.
So, what is the name of the form used if someone aside from the new distributor is paying for the order?
Oh, an alternate payers form?
Yeah. Name one other country where product financing is available.
Australia? Well, actually, they've got like a credit card, I think. Financing? I don't know if there's any other country that has financing like Canada does. But I know there's countries that have like 0% credit cards and that kind of stuff. I'm not actually sure about the financing part because I haven't dealt with the financing for
Okay.
any other country.
So you did get the one, Australia. So they have that Sky financing.
Right.
The other one would be Philippines, where BDO Bank does, I believe it is, that they do financing for. Other than that, basically, yeah, the only other thing for every other country is we just give them credit card options, right? So
Yeah, that's
we don't consider that really financing, but that's all we can do. Like even United States has nothing, right? But
yeah, that's too bad.
so okay, we'll go to the next one. Where is Ukon shipped from when ordered from New Zealand?
Japan.
Yeah. Okay. If someone has just hit 4A, so they are at 21 points, and their distributors from 3A are making sales, how many slices of commission does your 4A leg get?
Three.
Yeah, it's one of those trick questions, so you got it. But
You know what? I don't actually feel confident in my answer because nobody on my team has made a sale yet for where I'm at in my business. I'm the only one that's made a sale. So I don't. That's a good question, though. Good question.
Yeah, well, it's because if you read the question and kind of analyze it, it's because the sales were still made while you were in your 3A leg, right?
Right.
So basically, you're just claiming it with kind of thing. So you're not actually at the 4A technically when those sales were made. So that would still be 3A. So. But you got it. Where am I at here? There, I got there. Let's go back to that other question of what the plates are dipped in.
Oh yes, I do. Platinum.
You just needed a brain reset. You got it.
Platinum.
That happens to me too. Like sometimes I know the answer, but then as soon as you start thinking about it more, then you're lost completely. So come back to that one. So you got it. So I've got these all in different orders now. Which one is this? Okay. Please explain how the Enagic commission structure works in your own words.
How the commission structure works. Okay, so there is 8 slices of commission available. And depending where you start, whether it's a 1A, 2A, etc., you would earn that many slices of the 8 slices of commission.
Yeah.
You want me to keep going?
Yeah, you can try to keep going.
And the additional slices of commission roll up to the person above, or to the, I should say, to the account above, until there's no slices left.
Okay. Well, that's enough to get you 3 points out of 3. You just had to keep going. There's lots of things that if you keep going, there's different stuff, right? So like building to the left, building to the right, and all that stuff. But yeah, all right. So name 3 reasons why it's better to start with a trifecta.
Okay, so number 1 is that it starts you off earning 2 times the amount of commissions as you would earn if you were starting off with only 1 product. It gives you the most health benefits using the water, the shower, plus taking the pills, the Upan. And the person that comes in your downline will likely purchase what you purchased. So if you start with a trifecta, they're more likely to start with a trifecta as well.
Almost like you knew the answer to that one. You got it in the same order, almost the same. So that was a good one. Okay, what is the minimum daily budget that newbies should start with?
$15 a day.
15. We were last time I remember the training. I think it was $10. They said you start.
They did, and then the recent mastermind said $10 ain't gonna get you nowhere.
Yeah, but that's somebody's opinion, right? I think that was. Okay. I don't know if what's in the. Because what we have here is that it's still, they say $10, and in the training when you did it, they said to split your $10 into 2 $5, and then whatever, if one ad's doing a lot better than the other, then you take that and double up and make it a $10 ad, right? And then from there you start tinkering around, make sure if you get a good ad and statistics are working, then move it up, right? So what's the next one here? What do you do when an ad does not get approved?
As for the training, you would appeal if it doesn't get approved, then you would edit, or you would just take the recommendation of Facebook, whatever they tell you, or you could start a new ad, or you could appeal it if it's not approved, you could appeal it.
Okay. Perfect. So name 5 flag words that we do not use in ads. He could probably come up with hundreds.
LOL is one. 5 flag words off the top of my head. Retirement, rat race, terminated. That's a good one. One of my mentees just got used that one. Right? I don't know if it's in there or not.
Well, there's so many, right?
There's so many. Retirement. I feel like my mind is blinking.
Well, that's sometimes the funny part, because there's so many, all of a sudden you can't even think of one. You got 3 so far. You come up with 2 more.
Sorry, my son is causing chaos outside the door.
Just think of the simplest ones, like.
The word "you" is probably. I think that was not a good word to use. You, the simplest one. Retirement, money, free.
There you go. Now you're hitting it. See, that's probably the biggest one is no income claims, right? Like you start say guaranteed income, or you're going to make money, you're going to get rich, stuff like that.
Right.
Facebook hates that, right? Because nothing in life is guaranteed, and so they don't want you posting stuff because you're it's like false claims, right? So, right. You got it. What is the difference between duplicating at the ad campaign level and duplicating at the ad level?
At the campaign level, you would be doubling your budget. And at the ad level, that's a hard one to explain. If you are duplicating at the ad level, you're just duplicating the ad. If you're duplicating at the campaign level, you're duplicating your ad set and all of your ads and your budget.
Yeah. So the way they got it worded for duplicating your ad level would be like you're splitting, like you said, but you're splitting your ad budget each time it's duplicated too.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
But you're close enough on that. So what is the difference between a conversion ad and a post-engagement ad?
A conversion ad sends them to your website or to your landing page, converting them into leads automatically, and an engagement ad would be engaging them on your existing ad to make comments so that you can reach out to them and build a relationship.
Okay. Yeah. What is the name of the system used to manage Facebook ads?
The system used to manage Facebook ads? Oh, Business Manager?
Yeah. Actually, also too, you could say ads manager, right? Or business manager. So trick question almost. It's like we give the answer in the question, right? What percentage is recommended when increasing your ad budget?
Up to 18%.
Yep, we'll go with that. It's like 15 to 20. So you're right in kind of the middle. Explain what a sales funnel is as it relates to this business model.
Sales funnel is when people enter their names onto your landing page, which puts them into your funnel. And the funnel would be those people within your funnel would work their way out the bottom and eventually become a buyer and distributor. So they start as a lead, and then they turn into a buyer, and then they turn into a distributor.
Yeah. I get a lot of people on my coaching calls that ask me that, but because they don't like, what's the funnel? What's this funnel? And I said, well, you're basically going through it right now. So I just tell them the steps that they just went through, and they're like, oh, okay. And then I go, well, that's what the people are going to be doing when you get them in, right? So it saves you all that trouble. Basically, you just worry about bringing them in and then catching them on the other side and becoming a mentor at the other side, right? And then you don't even have to sell anything, that. So I bring all that up, and they're like, oh, okay.
Cool.
But I get that a lot too. And also too, like that other question, when it comes to duplication, I get a lot of that. People ask me all the time, how did you get in the business? How did you get it? How did you do it? Did you get the trifecta? That happens so much. So that duplication is true. It's not like, it's amazing. And you might get the same thing too. Like after I do a coaching call, they'll say, well, how did you start, right? I don't know if you get that, right? After I talk to them, they ask you as well. So it does affect people's businesses that way too. So
yeah.
What system do we use to track all coaching calls and buyers for coaches?
That's not in the training.
I checked, I think, because somebody else didn't get this either.
I think it's called NAC. Isn't it called NAC?
There you go. How did you know then?
Because I see it in Flock all the time. I didn't. Did you see it in the training? I didn't.
I thought I did. I thought I went back and checked because somebody else said they didn't know, and then as soon as they said NAC, they're like, "Oh, okay." And so maybe I'll double check that one because I think. But I think I've done two others. They knew what it was, but you and the last one kind of. The other one didn't know at all. They're like, and when I said NAC, they're like, "What is that?" They still didn't know even after. I'm like, "Oh, it's kind of new." I told them so. We used to use something else, or just used to use the spreadsheet actually. So, what should you do if you see someone posting negative things on the Dream Team?
Right click, and I think it's called report to admin. I suppose in this you're an admin, but I'm not an admin, so I don't know.
Well, no, so the first thing you would do is if it's negative, you delete the post because we don't want it,
As a
anything negative.
moderator?
And
Okay,
then you could remove the person from the group and then reach out to their mentor. Okay, so
yeah. Okay.
so if it's something bad, like people are saying bad mouthing our dream team and saying bad stuff, just get rid of the post, delete the people from remove them from the group. They can always get added back in the group if they get disciplined or told what corrected. But just in case they decided to go all psycho on and doing crazy stuff,
Yeah.
it's better be safe than sorry. So when you see stuff like that, so then that's the end of that part. And then I come back to that where you got to do the trifecta forms and send them to me.
Okay.
Basically, I'll become an adjuct. So it'll be the K trifecta. It doesn't say what kind of trifecta, so you can make up your own. But the person lives in Manitoba. So everything you would do to send to an adjuct, just send it to me as if I was an adjuct, and then I'll take a look at it. You shouldn't have a problem with this because you fill out forms and send it in all the time. So this should be no problem to you. And then what I'll do is I'll put this all together. When I get that, I'll put it all in one little folder. And then if everything's good, I'll request to get your rest of your training unlocked, and then you can get going on that. And then finish it the next couple of days so you can help me out with coaching calls. Okay?
Cool. Sounds good.
And if you do good, then I'll send you a whole bunch of more calls. You can do a bunch. I'm already doing that with Franco. I don't know if you know him. He's doing a ton of calls for me now. He's backed up to the 20th. He's doing calls, and then I'm to the end of the month too. Yeah, so I got him busy too. So
that's good. You know what? He did a call for one of my recent people, and she was so happy with her phone call. She said she was excited and just she couldn't say enough good things. So that's awesome.
Yeah, no, that's why I use him as my backup. I only use him because we really trust him. We got Michelle talked to him and told him why we talk the way we do and why we're talking about trifectas. Some other coaches that we've used in the past, they're I guess too soft. They just I don't know. We try to get in. We want to talk to people. You're coming in to get in the business, and so we always try to get them with the trifecta first, and obviously then go work down from there because some people obviously can't afford it, but there's no point in having a coach come in and trying to start with the minimum and then work your way up because people will just start with the minimum right off the start. So we have a couple of coaches that I was using in the past, and where we knew the person was going to get a trifecta, and all of a sudden it came back and it was a level of car they came into business with. And I'm like, what happened? What happened? But so we're just like, no, Franco knows what he's doing. He's really good at this. And he does it the same kind of style as we do. So he's the only one I use because I don't want other mentors coming back and getting mad at me because they expected us to be doing the coaching calls. Why did we give it to another coach and they ruined it or something? So we know that Franco does excellent work. So he's the only one. So, with me being backed up to the end of the month, I have nobody else left. I mean, we got lots of coaches, but I don't have enough trust to give them to anybody else yet. So.
Yeah. And so do you start with the first coaching calls? Do you just hand it off or do you listen in on it or
Well, everybody's different. I listen in, obviously. I get an idea what they can afford right off the start or some, you know what I mean? So I always offer the trifecta, but sometimes I understand it's probably not a possibility. And then, you work, everyone's an individual case and stuff like that. So obviously, I'm not going to, somebody who's just, they're on welfare or whatever. I mean, they can't do it. Obviously, I'll tell them, okay, what you can do is just start off with the one machine for now. And then you can always get a delayed trifecta, when the business picks up, buy some more later on, things like that. But other people, we kind of, if you look at they give you a little, they fill out the little survey, and you can read up on the survey. If you have time before the call, you can also look at their Facebook profiles. Michelle does it all the time. She'll see in the you'll see in the Facebook profiles, they just came back from Spain trip for a month and they're doing this and they're spending money all over the place. My wife's like, no, that's a trifecta. They can afford it. So she's going after that. If I look at somebody and else and I see their profile picture and it looks like they're living in a hut and there's ragged clothes and stuff, well, obviously I'm probably not going to push for a trifecta on that,
Yeah.
However, I get a feel during the call. Sometimes the pictures are a little bit misleading. I've gotten people where I thought I was just going to sell one item and they went in with a trifecta. I'm like, okay. So you never know, right? But we try to do it in a morale way. But obviously, it is a business. You're getting in this for two reasons. Like, we want people to enjoy the products, but of course, people want to change their lives. They want to be in a business. So you want to start out right. And we believe that getting trifectas, because we believe in that duplication so much. We see it all the time. And we've had people who started off with one product and now they're complaining, why is my downline, everyone seems to be getting in with one product. I'm like, well, that's because you did. You're just copying their mentor. So that's what we try. We say we get in with the trifecta. If it happens to be the cheapest one, so be it. At least when you go to talk to your mentees and they say how you got into the business, you just say trifecta. You don't have to bring up the actual items. So you're not really lying.
That's what I do, because I started with the cheapest trifecta. And everybody says, well, how did you start? And rather than explaining, I say, well, you know what? I did start with a lesser expensive machine, and I wish I started with the better machine, because now I'm going to invest in a better machine. And what am I going to do with the old one? And so they go, oh, okay. Right. Yeah. But then if I started with a K8, I wouldn't have to explain that.
So my wife, she didn't even have to say that. Like we started off with a high trifecta, but she doesn't even say that. She just says, I started out with a trifecta, and ends it with that. And then just keeps the conversation going. I suppose if they keep digging and asking, well, what exact products, well, then you can start going further. But you say, well, I started out with a trifecta. And then you can say, then I notice now people underneath me, they get trifectas as well. So, and then you leave it in the email, like what I do. You see my emails where I have the suggestion of the K8 trifecta is the best one, right? Yeah. And then I get a lot of times people reply, okay, I'll get the trifecta, and they don't even, and then I'll say, well, which one? Oh, the K8 one that was in your email. Okay, and then off I go, right? So,
yeah,
you don't have to, if they're not asking for specifics, don't give them every detail. You just give them, I started out with a trifecta, so then they'll get one. So, and for me, I don't personally, I leave my suggestion of the K8 trifecta in the email, but on a phone call, I always tell people on the phone call, look over the products, read up on them on the website, and you determine what's the best for you and your family. So I'll say sometimes, a lower one might be better for you, or maybe the K8. Like, so you can't lose with the K8 machine. You're getting everything. I said, but sometimes it's just not needed for some people, or whatever. Depending on how I get my vibe with the people, right?
Yeah.
So I don't want people getting scared about they feel like they have to get this or that. I always tell them, read up on the products, and you guys make your determinations on what's best for you and your family. So
okay.
So at least that gives them the opportunity. It's their decision to make them, and I'm not being too pushy with what I'm trying to do. So, yeah. But anyways, you'll figure it out. I think you're going to have no problem, because you've kind of already done some kind of pre-coaching calls for me. So sometimes I get people and they've pretty much have gone through most of it anyways. So it makes my calls pretty easy. So I just I have like a 10-minute call sometimes when I have somebody with people for me, which is nice. Then it gives me that 20-minute break for the next one.
Perfect.
Yeah, you get those forms done, send them to me right away. And then today, I don't know if anybody will get to it till next week's long weekend, right? But at least I could send the email later today for them to get the rest of your training unlocked, and then you can get going with the rest. Okay?
Okay.
All right,
awesome.
excellent. All right.
Thanks, Dan.
Yeah, all right, bye.